Hello, dear. So, today we will start with the pre basics batch. The pre basics batch kids belongs to the age group 3 to 6. Basically, 3 to 6. Any kids above 3 years, below 3, it will be really hard for us to start with the concept and all. So, for the kids that are 3, 4, 5, this age group we can consider in pre basics batch. So first we will just assume like some kids in this age group you are planning to start your art class, and this age group kids are your students. So we will be explaining in that way, like you are starting the first day of class, what all things you need to teach them. Okay. So our pre-basics batch first consider the age group 3 to 6, or anyone above 6 who really don't know anything to draw. That can also be in pre-basics batch. It's not the number of the age, it's all about the ability in arts. Okay, and maybe there are kids who are 5 or 4 years but still do it better than us. So age is just a number. Still, just for categorizing, this is the age group 3 to 6. Okay, so first, first if a small kid or any beginner of art is there, first we have to teach them the lines, because lines are one of the basic element of art. We will start anything to draw using the lines, so we will be teaching them the lines, the theory part, and everything we don't need for pre-basics. We will start that on basics batch only, like 6 plus kids we will start with the lessons and theory things and all. So for the little ones, they don't need to understand about anything, so we will just directly start with the lines. So first you need to teach them a horizontal line, and this line's name is horizontal, but teach them this is the sleeping line. Okay, so for the little ones, they can understand or easy to grasp it as a sleeping line, and this is a standing line or a vertical line. So for them to practice, initially you have to prepare a worksheet and put some dots for them. Like in this way, if you put some dots, they can connect it together and start doing the lines. And after doing few lines like this, just increase the gap between the dots, so they will be able to connect more and more. Slowly you need to observe how they are doing, and after that you need to understand which part they need to focus and all. Okay, so in case if they are doing it less, just reduce the gap between the dots again and keep them practicing. The more they practice, the more perfect their outcome is. Okay, so this is kind of worksheet we can create for the little ones. So after horizontal line or sleeping line, we can do the worksheet for standing line. You can take 1 or 2 days to complete this sleeping line and standing line, and after that slowly go to the slanting line and curvy line. Okay, these four are the basic lines. This slanting line also we can do the mirror image to the other direction, and the curvy lines also in 4 direction you can use. You can divide that and teach them that also. Okay, slanting line on the other way, and the curvy line upper one towards the side, left towards the right, like that also you can do. Okay, so first of all, when a kid comes, you can just teach them all these 4 lines. All right, just put the dots initially, let them trace over it, or you can even put like dot 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 and let them trace over it. Okay, and later put the dots and increase the gap between the dots, and finally let them do without your support. And the more they let them practice, these 4 lines are really important. So just name it like sleeping, standing line, slanting line, and curvy line. Now, this is for the kids to, or for the teachers to teach their kids. If you are learning this for yourself, just take any rough paper, even the magazine sheets or newspaper sheets or any printed papers like this, and just keep practicing the lines this way. Okay, you don't need to do the dots and all. Make as much as lines possible, vertical, horizontal, however comes, just keep practicing. The more you practice, the more flexible your hand will become, and it will really help you to do any kind of hard drawings. Okay, so yes, we have done that. So in case for those who have trouble in drawing vertical lines like me, I will always keep the paper slanting, in a horizontal way, and I will make the sleeping line first and then keep the paper straight to make the vertical lines proper. Okay, so such things use our logic and do. No, you don't need to suffer to practice more vertical lines always. We can do in this way also, no problem. Next, for practicing the curvy lines also, you can put two dots and let them tell them, guide them to make curvy lines connecting these two lines like that. If you put more lines, there may be a chance for them to draw line, line, line like that. So increasing the gap between is also important. So when you are making the slanting lines, we have one slanting line this way and one slanting line the opposite side as well. So just repeating, for the pre-basics batch, the first thing you have to make them familiar is to draw the lines. So just when a kid comes, you can start doing the lines properly. But if you are taking 1 hour session, the entire 1 hour, if you keep on drawing lines and making worksheets like that, they will definitely getting bored. So you can incorporate the next sessions like making shapes and colorings. All these things you need to incorporate and adjust it. If you keep on doing lines only, they will easily get bored and they will stop the class also. So like this, you can initially give some worksheets like this for them, so they will slowly they will connect it. And apart from connecting with the pencils, maybe you can give them colorful sketch pens or give crayons to connect the lines. Okay, so all these things you can, according to the kid you get, you need to find new ways to keep that interest in them. And also, even for a small line they are making, appreciate them. The more you appreciate, the more they will feel interested, and the more love they feel to do art and come to your classes. So keep appreciating, even for the little things, keep appreciating the kid. So once they are settled with the lines, once they are familiar with the lines, once they start making the lines proper, you can slowly step into the shapes. The shapes, you have to show them in by drawing the lines only. Okay, not all together. If you're making a square, make two sleeping lines, then two standing lines. Like that way only you should teach them and make them practice to do that way only. So one slanting line, another slanting line, a sleeping line. This way they can make a triangle. So always start and teach them to do this way, not in this way. Like we used to draw it all together in one stroke, we will finish a triangle and square. But it is very important that they should know that the element line is mixed to make the shape. Okay, so shapes are important. Let them make the lines one by one. So anybody starting from who would love to learn it for themselves also, almost every drawings, if we take to the basic element, this shapes are important. So if you make each line and each shape as perfect as possible, your final picture definitely will be perfect. So make sure to do it as proper as possible. Okay, so after doing the lines, teach them the shapes. the basic shapes. You don't need to teach them all this octagon and nonagon and all those 8 side 9 side things. Okay, up to pentagon maximum they can learn. Okay, so square, oval, circle, maybe heart, star, these kind of shapes they will fascinated. So you can introduce such shapes and the basic shapes. Okay, so when you are drawing a circle also, maybe you can teach them in the curvy way. So as I said before, the curves are also can be subdivided into these four types, like one towards up, one towards left, one towards right. So after that you can teach them drawing two curves together, one C shape and one to the opposite side. So that way we can teach them the shapes. So first show them how to do the shapes, and after that prepare worksheets for the shapes also. You can just use their drawing book or you can take the printouts of the PDF which I have given. Okay, so either way you can just make the shapes, and also that time also you need to show it this way. If you are making it yourself for a square shape, see first one line, then two standing lines, third line, and finally the complete shape. Like this way you also give the worksheet this way, so they will also practice in the same way, like one line, two standing line, third one sleeping line, and fourth the complete shape. Like this they will also practice and they will also start to do in this way, so the shapes will be coming properly. The more and more you need to make them practice in without losing their interest. If you are forcing them and if you are giving daily shapes, they will definitely get bored, so we should not make them bored. So for that you can practice, make them more practice. One time make it this way. If they are understanding and grasping so fastly, I have provided the second worksheet. You can use that to make some animals and flowers and all using the basic shapes. So it will make them more interested to do things, and also practice also will happen that way. Okay, just showing some another shapes like heart shape and all. Okay, so always make it into two sections and do it. Now the third section for the pre-basics is coloring. Okay, so if you keep on doing lines and shapes only, definitely they will get bored. So each session, each hour include some coloring also. Initially maybe you can provide the printed sheets or you can draw something and make them coloring, or also with the shapes once you practice from that PDF which I have shared. From that material you can make them draw all the shapes and color them. So how to color is also important. So always tell them to start coloring either up down like that, and it is always important to start with crayons. If they are totally not in interested in using crayons, let them use color pencil. Okay, these two things are better for our pre-basic people. So yes, the coloring should always start with up down up down up down, or left right left right left right also. If we give these two options, they will mix these two in one picture. They will not remember like you should do only one method in one picture or one section like that. So better teach them one thing at a time. So let them start by doing up down up down up down like that, until they are going into the elementary. Till that age, let them learn to color this way only. Okay, and fill all the white space without going out. These three things they have to take care. Initially they will not do that. Patience is very much important for pre-basic batch. You need to repeat it over and over and over. Still they may not do it, still we have to repeat until, and we have to point out which all areas they need to do again. Everything we should be patient enough and sweet enough, and even though it's not so good, we should appreciate them, which will give more energy for them to do it more better next time. So don't uh, too much criticize them. Let them make the way they want, but appreciate for the good things they do. So definitely they will make it even better. Okay, so this way, add some coloring time also in your sessions to keep them occupied. And in case if the kids are too intelligent and they are doing it in a different way, still the outcome is proper. If they are scribbling, but finally the picture they are making is beautiful, then let's not impose our rule to the kids, because there is no particular rule in art. You can make it anyway. Finally, whatever we have in our mind should be on paper. That is the final thing of art. So we nobody can compel, like, no, it's not this way, nothing like that. So give enough freedom to make their mistakes as well. Maybe that can be a lesson for us also. Okay, so either way, try to make them do the way they want as well, but get the proper result as well. Initially, they may color it like going out and some white spaces and all. It's okay. Let them not feel like it's a big mistake and all. Okay, so you can also practice some patience, and it's really important. So that was it. Just recalling all the things we learned. Make the lines first. Just teach all these four basic lines. And also, as I said, there are types of slanting lines and types of curvy lines. Teach them that also. This two slanting lines and the curvy lines. Introduce to them one by one slowly and make them practice as much as possible without losing the interest. And after that, start coloring, make shapes also, and inside itself they can start coloring practice. And once they are set with this, slowly get into the basic drawings, like maybe an apple or an orange, like, or a watermelon, something in circle, or maybe something in square boxes like a best rectangle shape. Kind of these things you can slowly start, then compose more pictures. Okay, like that, the way you need to start. This is for the our first session for the pre basics. Okay, so almost with just with this session you can take up to 4 or 5 hours for our little ones, for the pre basic kids. And after that, slowly we will learn about the how to make the drawing proper and what all things to include and all. Then from basics we will start with the holding of the pencil and all. It is even better to correct and start from the very pre basics itself. All right, so that's it. Also, one more thing, to make the picture interesting for the little ones, maybe we can start adding the eyes and mouth inside each drawing which you are drawing, making it into a character. They will feel more connected and will feel more happy to do. Maybe putting one name for, keeping one name for the that apple or orange, whatever they are doing. These all things will help them to feel more connected and do the pictures more properly. So that's it, dears. Try to attend our live session so you will cover more topics, the doubts, and everything from others as well. So that's it. In case if you got any doubt, share with me. Okay, take care.